the easy one first. I think institutional adoption is definitely going to increase in 2021. So now there's, I think, especially corporate treasury. Those guys have a lot of money. That's probably like 60 trillion just in the US market alone in terms of just equity markets. If you look at derivatives and other things, that's even bigger. So I think that alone probably will push the price of Bitcoin and also other cryptocurrencies up quite significantly. So if I were to, the thing, I think for me, I always have a much longer term vision in terms of where the industry is going. And whereas even 1 year is kind of short for me to predict specifically. So I don't know what the price is going to be at the end of the year, whether it's like 1 million or 200K, etc. So that's really hard for me to be accurate. But the way we have structured the business is that we know the long-term thing. 10 year, 20 years out, crypto will be everywhere. The market cap will be 100x, 1000x from where it is. And we just want to be in this industry and we want to work on products that people use. And then we try to dynamically adjust. If there's a crypto winter, then we adjust accordingly. If there's a crypto summer, it's the bull market, then we adjust accordingly. So we adjust fairly dynamically. But if you were going to press me for like a prediction, I would say, look, Bitcoin is probably going to do another 5 to 10x this year alone. So I would put it there. I would put it somewhere around like 150K to like, I don't know, to 400K ish in terms of Bitcoin price. And the other crypto assets probably going to rise with more or less with Bitcoin. Sometimes they'll be slower, sometimes they'll be faster. So that's kind of my sort of range that I think there's a very high chance of that happening. But of course, there's also a chance of we enter another crypto winter. I think the chance is smaller, but when it happens, it's 100%. But it's very hard to put accurate numbers on those. But we are prepared for both scenarios. So we'll just see where the market takes us. To be honest, even at the beginning of 2020, if you ask me what's the next big thing, I would not have said stablecoin trading, on a decentralized exchange. That just wasn't intuitive. Well, that's actually counterintuitive. So what's going to be the next hot thing is really, really hard to predict. I think DeFi was hot in 2020. I think it will continue to grow, but I'm skeptical that it will be hot again. I think we'll continue to grow, which is actually healthier, but we probably don't need to see another crazy exponential jump. So that's what's going to be the next thing. Actually, I'm not so sure, to be honest. I enjoy trolling Elon Musk, so that's always good fun. And he's openly talking about cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, memes, Ethereum, etc. So, but I don't think we can get him on Binance.com as a customer just yet, because I think most of his assets are probably in the US, and he's probably a US citizen. So I think Binance US is our partner in the US is probably gonna probably try to win over his business if he wants to buy Bitcoin. And I don't have any private information. I don't have a private conversation with him, etc. But I would imagine that he's probably buying loads of Bitcoin right now, and trying to figure out ways to buy. Because for corporates in America, that's probably, I would imagine that's probably a lot of compliance procedures to go through, especially giving a public company, etc., and also being the world's richest man. So there's probably a lot of additional hoops that he has to go through to acquire Bitcoin at that kind of like $1 billion of scale. But he obviously talks about it. He understands it. He knows how good it is. So I wouldn't be surprised in a few months he announces that finally Tesla owns, I don't know how many Bitcoins, and that would be really good for the industry. But I think it's going to happen sooner or later. Maybe this year, maybe next year, who knows? That I think has a very high chance of happening. So yeah, even if, and the other thing is I got to figure out where to donate that Tesla. I don't drive, so I will have to give it away somewhere.